Hey, I'm Weston from Rose Anvil, and I'm going to show you how we make one of our Bandit harnesses and kind of go through step by step of how it's done. So this is a fresh batch of the Dublin we get from Horween, and the reason we chose this leather is it's really, really soft, but it's still like a full veg tan. And so you still get that eco-friendly aspect of veg tan, but you get like all this really pretty character and stuff that comes with Dublin. And it smells so good.
What weight do you order it in?
These guys send us, I think it's 8-9. Sometimes it's a little too thin, but for the most part, it's just about right. So then I'm just kind of like, just look at the hide, make sure there's no giant flaws in it we need to avoid or use for like, use them for belts or anything. So this is like a pretty clean hide. So we'll move this over to the clicker. So I don't want to get a lot of this neck with all these wrinkles in it. So I usually will start, like sometimes I'll just cut it off right there if there's too much grain. But I'll basically start right at the base of the neck. I just dropped this die today and broke it.
Oh no.
With my booty. Booty bumped it. So this is like a die for the shoulder pieces, and then the front straps and the back straps, and then the tether is this die. Now I just turn the machine on, which gets loud. Just wait till it's all wound up. The hardest thing about this is like figuring out the best way to position all these so that you're not wasting tons of material. You know, it's like, so it's kind of obnoxious, but also kind of fun. It's like leather Tetris, you know. Try to set this on the right setting, and then it's just as simple as that. So now I'm just like trying to line it up as close to the edges as possible. Two of those. Now to the tether. I think I got all the leather parts, so it's just a matter of getting the hardware. All the hardware we use is solid brass, because coming from like a farm where like horse tack and everything was solid brass because it lasts longer and it doesn't like rust like other metals, I decided to do everything solid brass, at least as much as I could out of solid brass, because you know it ages so much more beautifully than like other metals. And where like people are going to be wearing these harnesses like 2 or 3 times a week for years, it's really cool to watch like the leather age and then also the brass age. I think that's everything except for these. That bag's ugly. It's a less wrinkly bag.
Tyler probably did it.
I know. Sometimes he just sits on stuff to wrinkle it. And then we go through the checklist and just make sure everything's there. I got both shoulder pieces, both new tethers, 2 10-hole straps, 2 8-hole straps, 2 leather junctions, 2 snap shackles. No pull tabs. I knew I forgot something.
You would have followed it while you were over there grabbing them. You would have forgotten it.
I also forgot a handle.
What kind of operation is this?
For real. These straps, Chicago screws. This is the biggest lifesaver, because when we were building like 1,000 harnesses, screwing them all in by hand was like the most exhausting thing. Yeah. So these Chicago screws, see how they have like the hex head in the top?
Yeah.
So no one in the world makes these. So we had to have these custom manufactured and designed and everything, and it took so long, but it's so worth it because most Chicago screws only have like the flat head on the back, and then it's just like nothing on top.
Yeah.
But with these, you have 2 points of contact, so when you're tightening or loosening things, it makes it 10 times easier. All you do is line these up and just zip it down.
So do you still spend a lot of time out here making stuff?
I'm out here till like midnight or 2 a.m. every single day.
Wow.
My girlfriend has nearly ended it with me because I just get obsessed with like making everything better and newer and nicer. Yeah. So like it drives my business partner nuts because it's like, I'm like, okay, this is the next thing we're gonna do. And he's like, we just barely got those new ones in. And I'm like, no, but this one's better. And that's what's nice about like running a small business where we're not doing crazy quantities and it's all in-house. So I can just literally change stuff on the fly. So if we need to change like the tethers, like we changed the design of the tethers. So instead of like pulling everything back that's out there in distribution and contacting our people that make them, we just buy a new die and just implement it instantly. And now we're adding on the Conway buckle. We've got all the Chicago screws in, and now all we have left is riveting. So we're gonna go over to my favorite machine and rivet it together. This machine is super old and it works so much better than any other machine I've tried, just because it's old and so it was built quality, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just a big monstrosity, and it'll definitely put a rivet straight through your thumb if you're not careful. Because this is before there was like safety regulations, you know?
Yeah.
And then I rivet my thumb on camera. I don't know if I love this machine because I know how much work riveting takes when you do it by hand.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like the sheer scariness and power of like a rivet being able to, or this machine being able to put a rivet through leather.
Where do you source your rivets from?
Buckle Guy.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Buckle Guy's, the finish on them is super consistent and it's like really, really pretty. Shout out to Buckle Guy. We actually like have been working with their parent company, IAS, I think.
Yeah.
To go like factory direct. Okay, it's all riveted together. It's all good to go. Now we just need to package it up, sign the packaging, and get it all ready to ship. And then since I made it, WK. And these just slip in there. So on the back here, we've got these fold out areas. Now you've got like a really cool little display.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That was brilliant.
So it's like, it's cool for like shops or like workshops that we sponsor and stuff where we'll like just send them one and they can set it up, or in like Picture Line in Salt Lake, they have them set up like that, and it's
That's a good tip.
yeah. Okay. And then all of this needs to go in a little baggie. This goes in there. This goes there. Little bag on top to protect the leather. And then that's that. And away we go.
It's amazing. I love it.
What's wrong?
So I started Rose Anvil because I got so sick of all like the cheap products that you buy from like Macy's or whatever, and I wanted to make something that was really good. And then eventually people just wanted to buy more and more of my stuff, and eventually we got to the camera harnesses, and there was such a need for like a really good camera harness that me and my friend made one, and it just took off, and it's been really fun to kind of design something that is as good as humanly possible, or as good as I can make it, and see the reaction from that. So the different leathers we chose, we traveled around to a bunch of the different tanneries in the United States and hand-picked each individual type of leather for the harnesses, because we wanted a certain combination of different characteristics. So we went to Horween for one type of leather, Wicked and Craig for a different type of leather, and finally found this perfect combination of leathers. One of my favorite things with this design is we built it around the human body. Instead of just doing like two straight straps that go around your body in certain ways, we designed it to flow around the body and fit to your body perfectly. With India's experience, we're able to design a harness that not only fits the human body perfectly and is functionally as good as we can get it, but also that fits the need of a photographer. So when it came to packaging, we wanted to kind of have that Apple experience where if you're investing in such a nice, expensive and unique product, we wanted the packaging to match that. So we went out of our way to spend tons of time and energy on making the packaging as unique and useful and creative as possible to match the harness. So building this team that I currently have, it's basically just my friends, but it makes all the difference in the world, because like anyone who's ever hired anybody knows the hardest part about having a business is finding the right team. And being able to work with some of my friends and having them as invested in the business as I am has made all the difference in the world. If you want to check out more of what we do and see more about the harnesses, you can check out our YouTube page. We've got an Instagram, it's Rose_Anvil, and our website is just roseanvil.com.
What's wrong to be with you? I never felt you wanted to, like all those parties without fun, like a summer without sun. You know what's wrong to be with you?